Hey everybody, RockPaperMario here, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. And now that we have the boomerang, the somewhat disappointing boomerang that can't even kill a bat, we can finally cut down this chest from the first room. And I'm pretty sure this chest is actually the compass, which, like, to get the compass this late in the dungeon, like, we're way more than halfway through, as far as I know anyway, is like, yeah, it is like a little bit, like, underwhelming, to be perfectly honest. If it isn't something useful. I love how, like, dismissive Midna is. Like, as far as, like, partners are concerned, like, partner characters, Midna and Fi are on, like, the two opposite ends of the spectrum, like, as far apart from each other as possible. And I must say, like, of either of them, I'm way more a fan of Midna and her, like, dismissive attitude than Fi and her incessant treating me like I'm some sort of fool or something like that, so... Oh yeah, here we go. Guess we have to make some sort of a Z pattern like it shows on the ground. There we go. Get to our boss key or big key or Twilight. I can't even remember what it's called in this game. Is it big key, boss key? I changed that terminology, so... The big key allows you to access the dungeon's boss, whereas, like, the boss key allows you to access the dungeon's big or something. Well, look, now I'm gonna end up having to look at my map to see where I need to go. Well, apparently I need to go over here somewhere. Maybe we aren't as far into this dungeon as I thought. Did I, like, start my timer at the second time? Yeah. Oh yeah, here, where I, like, have to, Whoa. Here, where I have to, like, go across here. Why didn't I, like, come across here before? Did I just, like, come here, look at the place, and was I, like, just, like, can't do anything here? Oh no, I did come in here. And yes, I did tell myself that I couldn't do anything here because I actually can't. But I don't think there's anything I can do over here either. Even though that's where she's telling me to go. Unless she's just telling me to come over here so she can show me that I can't do anything. Oh yeah, here we are. It's like the Galactic Senate or something. It's like any minute now, Senator Palpatine is going to come in here and he's going to, like, ratify some whatever order that'll, whatever it's called, Order 66 or whatever it's called. But we can't do anything here yet, as far as I know. Well, we can. Oh my god. I completely forgot that this was an area in this room. Is that, like, the order he ratifies in that movie? Is that what they do inside in the Senate? Or is it like Hitler and he, like, gets them to pass that he's, like, the emperor? No, that's what he does in the Senate, isn't it? Yeah. It's like, I don't know why I'm sitting... Whoa, 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 whoa. It's like, I don't know why I'm sitting here and, like, not knowing what happened. It was only the other day I was talking to... There's another one up there? Seriously? It was only the other day I was talking about how, okay. It was like... Excuse me. There we go. It was only the other day I was talking about how, like, technically Revenge of the Sith has, like, the best story structure of any Star Wars film. It's actually, like, one of my favorite ones for exactly that reason. Like, you know, people like talk about their favorite Star Wars film. Well, for me, like, one of my... Oh my god, could I ever just, like, look and see if there's a spider up there before committing to climbing up this vine? You see, like, I'm pretty sure he does climb faster here than he does in the original game, which is another blessing, but... I was talking about, like, how, like, for me, technically, like, Revenge of the Sith has probably, like, the best, like, story, like, the best structured story of any of the Star Wars games, which, when you look at, like, the new ones, like, the sequels... Whoa. I thought, like, here was I thinking I could just be lazy and the boomerang would drop it into the plant for me. When you look at, like, the sequel trilogy, like, 7, 8, and 9, like, that was the primary reason for me, like, not enjoying them. Because I felt like visually, they were really, really good. Like, they were like, breathtaking to watch. They were a great cinematic experience. They looked amazing. They had, like, everything that you could ever want to see on the big screen, you know? Like, they were, like, you can't, like, deny that cinematically they're just, like, beautiful and impressive movies. But then, like, when you look at, like, the story structure, like, the way the narrative is structured, it's just like, it's just sloppy. You know, I think that's, like, that's like the best word I can think of, because it's like, it's so true. Like, they're just like, it's like there was no kind of, like, care put into, okay, does this actually work narratively, or that kind of way. I guess I'm being lazy again, expecting the boomerang to do all my hard work for me. When I can really just, like, get it to bring it to me and then put it down here. It's like there was no care put into, like, people, like, critically looking at the story, or that kind of way, like, critically, like, watching, like, looking at the story and thinking, does this make sense? Can we maybe just take this part out? If we took this part out, would it make any like, real difference to what happens in the film? Does this scene, does this character, does this whole, like, story arc have a reason to be in the movie? You know, like, questions like that, it's like nobody ever asked those questions, you know? I can't believe this is after turning into, like, the Star Wars rant episode, where I just, like, rant about Star Wars movies. But, you know, like, that's like the sense that I got while watching them, you know, that, like, nobody, like, looked at them critically. It's like they were probably, like, created in some sort of, like, creative echo chamber where everybody just told each other that it was great even though it wasn't, you know. That's the way it seems. And that's, like, not good for the creative process. Because you cannot tell me that anybody with, like, mind of their own actually, like, sat and watched, like, those movies and actually thought, oh yeah, this can't be any better narratively. This is like perfect. So that kind of way. Because they just can't have. There is so much, like, there's so much mess in, like, the way the story is structured and the narrative is put together, and there's so much stuff that just has no bearing on. There's, like, that has no bearing on what happens. Like, my favorite example is, like... Can I, like, use the boomerang to hit me up? Oh, I can. But I guess the boomerang has a use after all. I should put away my lantern, which I spent all of 20 rupees to fill up. It's like the best example I can think of is like... that whole, like, in episode 8, like, that whole... Excuse me, why can't I, like... Oh, I'm supposed to, like, hit the string. Oh, there we go. Where are you? Oh, is he down here? Okay. It's like in episode 8, that whole, like, casino section. It's like, and maybe I'm, like, going for, like, low-hanging fruit here. But, you know, like, when it comes to that movie, the fruit hangs pretty low, you know? It's like... it's like if you took out that whole section, that whole casino section, that character who betrays them and stuff like that, if you took the entirety out and just, like, came up with an easier reason for them to be captured, it's like no one would care. You know, like, nobody would care whatsoever. How do I get up here now to this guy? Oh, well, I guess I can, like, can I just, like, blow him up? Can I blow him up? Of course, that's, like, my go-to method for freeing him. Did that not work? Did it work? Apparently, I'm not allowed to just blow him up. But how do I get up there? Oh, is there like a different hole? That's probably what it is. There's like 2 different holes I can fall through, and one of them leads down there to Doom, and one of them leads down to the monkey. Okay, well now I have it. Here we go. But yeah, so like that's only like one example, you know? And it's like when you compare this, and now I'm getting back to my original like claim, or my original thesis, if you compare that to like Revenge of the Sith as a movie, you know? It's like every single scene in that movie has a point. Every single scene and every single character action is leading up to and contributing to this kind of tapestry of this tapestry of human action. It was like, that's such like a sophomoric way of describing it. That's like something I would have like written in college. But this tapestry of human action, because I just can't help saying it. There he is, there. Which culminates in what happens, you know, and sets us up for all of the original trilogy. It's like, I think that's like pretty successful when you look at it that way, you know. Whoa, do I really want to like... Well, that was silly. So when you like look at it that way, Revenge of the Sith is like a very successful movie. You know, you've got, and I think it's just like it definitely is different to like other Star Wars movies in that when you think about it, the majority of like what happens in that film is all just conversations. It's just people talking to each other. But when you think about it from another point of view, which is very important, as the Jedi have taught us, you know, like, that's exactly what you need, because you're talking about a film that, like, where what you need to happen is you need like the original trilogy to make sense, you know? What the hell is this? What the hell is this for? There's something you don't see every day. Is that all of the monkeys, by the way? Are we finished here in this place? But yeah, like when you think about it in that way, it's a very successful film, and it reaches its objective. I think that's like the main problem with the sequel trilogy, is that they have no point. It's like, actually, when you look at it, the end of the original trilogy, there weren't really any loose ends that were left untied, you know? Everything was pretty much like brought to a satisfactory conclusion, you know? So it's like, why do you even need the films? So that's like your challenge when you go to, why am I coming, did I just like go the completely wrong way? I just went backwards. I went like the opposite direction of where I was supposed to go. Which gives me more of a chance to talk about Star Wars. It's like, when you think about it in that way, it was like a particular challenge to make the sequel trilogy, because you have to convince your audience that there's a point in the films existing, you know? In terms of story, like, obviously the Star Wars fans aren't going to give a shit, because they're just like, oh look, it's a movie that I can either be happy about or I can complain about, one or the other, and either way I'm going to feel satisfied with myself. But like, really, when you think about it in terms of a story, and here we are, SOS Whiz Titty. That's what a Whiz Titty is, by the way. It's like that game Tumbling Monkeys. In French, that's called SOS Whiz Titty, because a Whiz Titty is like a macaque or a chimp, not a chimp, like a macaque or a bush baby or something like that, right? So it's called SOS Whiz Titty, and the song is like SOS Whiz Titty, like that. It's like, not a word of a lie, SOS Whiz Titty. It sounds funny in English because it's like, it sounds like Whiz Titty. But really it's just Whiz Titty, which is like the word for that type of monkey. So yeah, like, narratively, the sequel trilogy, you need to both convince the audience that there's a narrative reason for these stories even to exist, and whoa, wait a second, I actually want that. Well, no, I don't, because I need oil. I have oil. I'm seriously not going to die on this boss anyway. And then you have to follow through with a good story. And I think, like, both of those things are a failure. It's like, really nobody cares about what the story is. It's like, you have no reason. If you never knew that it happened, you wouldn't care, right? So, like, you can only be disappointed. I remember saying that to somebody before, now that I realize I'm making this point. It's like, the only choice you ever had was to be disappointed because it's a story that didn't need to exist. So, compared to Revenge of the Sith, where the point of the prequels is to make the original trilogy make sense, and Revenge of the Sith definitely does that. It sets everything up in a way that's really sensible, well structured, well composed. All the conversations have a point, all of the characters have a point, and their actions have a point. So anyway, I'm going to shut up talking about Revenge of the Sith now, because we're up to 19 minutes. So in the next part we'll see what's behind this door locked with the big key. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye now.